Alba, I request that you testify once more. As if there is anything else for me to testify about. I still have yet to fully prove that it was Mr. Alba who murdered Mr. Kochan. Well, I would like to hear about your movements before the murder occurred. I wonder if you could tell us about what you did here at the Terminatris. Very well. I suppose I could tell you about that. Because all I did was watch the Steel Samurai stage show. Elaborating on even that alone is good enough for me. Don't wait for me to place this man under arrest to pinpoint the exact location of where the murder took place, for that is the key to this investigation. I looked from the list. The stage was well lit, but it was dark out in the audience. I saw others still in the audience, but it's hard to prove that I suppose. I do remember the contents of the show very well, though. Is that proof enough for you? Those moving scenes were seared into this old man's heart. I'll never forget them. So you were in the theater proper, watching the Steel Samurai stage show, were you? Well, of course I was. I have a great fondness for the Steel Samurai. Yeah, I was pretty cool up there, wasn't I? You're not the one who was cool, it's the Steel Samurai who was cool. Yeah, and the Steel Samurai special finishing move today was really something, huh? Hey, Auntie! Who is she? Who is this super cute girl? She's been sitting here this whole time and only now you notice her? Her name is Kate Faraday and she's helping me in my investigation. Sorry, I didn't get to introduce myself earlier, but better late than never. Yeah, it's okay. I'm the report! Silence in the peanut gallery! There's no time for such trivialities at a time like this. My Mr. Prosecutor, this is the final battle, you got that. I know. This is the end. For that man there. Now that's the kind of thing I like to hear. I think I'll give trusting you a try, Mr. Prosecutor. Or rather, Mr. Edgeworth. I leave this critical battle up to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Have no fear, I will finish the job. This really is the end game. The time has come to expose every last one of Mr. Alba's lies. And watch from the last one. The stage was well lit, but it was dark out in the audience. I swear I was there in the audience, but it's hard to prove that I said words. I do remember the contents of the song very well, though. Is that proof enough for you? Hold it! Well, I remember the content of the show as well myself. That's nice. That's nice? Miles Edgeworth, don't allow yourself to be wired up by him at this important juncture. I wasn't planning to let him. Well, if you ask me, I think I'm the biggest Steel Samurai expert around here. And didn't you think the sim accident today show is just totally awesome? Yes, I remember that one, and that spectacular special move. The way you delivered the final blow to the magistrate. Early samurai brain jam. It'll let you know live on in my heart forever. Is that how it went? I totally forgot about that. How can you forget your own special moves? That's a special attack that the Steel Samurai uses when he's using the Samurai Spear. Since today was the first time they showed it off, was it not? If I hadn't watched the show, then how could I answer you with the name of the move? I suppose you are correct, but if you could please elaborate on this point for me. One of those scenes was of his never-seen early samurai jab move.
Objection!
The special move today was the Oli Summerloin jab. Is that your final answer?
Objection!
You little irritating gnat! Do you think you can trip me up by asking the same question over and over? That was not my intention. Your testimony is more than sufficient. However, I believe it would be wise for you to take a look at this. The samurai spear. What about it? This spear actually never made it on stage today. Excuse me? Unfortunately for you, tonight's Steel Samurai happened to be a goof of a young man with an abundance of useless hot-bloodedness. And said useless man bent the spear during his rehearsal this evening. Okay, do you remember what the Steel Samurai special move was tonight? It was the Steel Samurai Sushi Slash! Correct, because he couldn't use the spear, a last-minute change was made. Had you really been watching the show, you would have known the move that was used. Cursus Alibi! You didn't watch even a single minute of the Steel Samurai show tonight, did you? Haha, except he wasn't watching the show tonight. Then it opens up the possibility that he was busy killing Mr. Coaten instead. So where were you during the show? I demand an answer now. Just what is so funny? You're so sloppy. And so on your conclusions. I still insist I watched the show. Or most of it, in any case. What do you mean by most of it? You see, during the show, I left my seat for a spell to visit the bathroom. I assumed that was when that dramatic scene was played out on stage. That is the lousiest, lamest excuse I've ever heard in my life, pal! Just because he got the name of the move wrong. We can't really use that as proof that he didn't watch the show at all. As a fan of the Steel Samurai, I had to watch the entire show.
Objection!
As a Steel Samurai fan, for someone who wasn't even in his seat for the climax of the show, you have no edge cards of a Steel Samurai fan ever. Hold it! Who was that just now? FBI, young lady! Larry? What are you doing interrupting me like that? Angie, please hold on for a second, I beg. You may never accept this old man as a Steel Samurai fan, but I totally think he's a Steel Samurai. What exactly is a Steel Samurai, pal? I believe he meant to say Steel Samurai Maniac. Yeah, and trust me, I know a real fan when I see one because I'm the Steel Samurai.
Objection!
I will never acknowledge you as the true Steel Samurai. What are you getting so worked up over, Mr. Edgeworth? It appears that the real Steel Samurai recognizes me as a fan. As always, he said, I am a fan, as though I missed the entire show. It was a most amazing self-spread with the spirit that they young at heart. The sarcasm driven from his long wooden nose couldn't run any thicker. Getting the name of the move wrong only proves that he didn't watch the last scene. What I really need here is something more of definitive. And that makes Mr. Albert directly to the motor of Mr. Manny Kochen. You know what, Gramps? You're really something else. I'm honored to receive such praise from the Steel Samurai, but what is it for? Well, I was just wondering how you found out about the Oli Samurai Rain Jab. That move is a bit of a secret that only a small portion of the staff know about. Wait, it was a secret? Larry, wait, what did you just say? Huh? Did I say something stupid again? Did you say that the Oli Samurai Jab was actually a secret? Maybe I should have said secret. It's More like we only decided on the name of the move right before the show. Right before? Yeah, the stage director was going nuts because we were supposed to debut the move. But 5 minutes before the show, we threw it up on the dressing room whiteboard. Only summer raindrop. That's kind of how we decided the name of the move. But by the time, I've already put the spirit, so I guess the whole thing was kind of pointless. All of you Steel Samurai actors are the same. The director has my complete sympathy. Long story short, because we changed the move to the Sushi Slash, we can't pretend that the only summer raindrop didn't exist at all. I mean, it'd be better if someone found out we changed the move, so we made it a secret. So basically, a gag order was issued for publicity's sake. It almost makes the only summer raindrop sound like a lost art. Yeah, which is why I think most of the staff haven't even heard of the move.
Objection!
Hold those lips of yours still. What the heck, old man? I've done nothing but to listen, and from what I can tell, it's all very unrelated to this case. It's just a very tedious and a pointless exercise in wasting time, much like a kid should.
Objection!
Mr. Alba, I believe the one who should be quiet now is you. How dare you! I suspect that you already noticed exactly what the very severe implications are in this man's testimony. So now you're trying to bully me, huh? There are no implications to be learned into the behind-the-scenes story of a kid's show.
Not so fast!
Don't even think about trying to slither your way out of this, Kirin Alba. You were the one who said it yourself that the name of the move was Ollie Summer Wayne Jab. But that name was only decided upon right before the show was about to start. So, just what are you driving at? That the name of the move you told us was never used in the show or said out loud. Now then, who would you care to tell us about how you found out the name of the move? Because I can only think of one way you could have known. Quentin Alba, this is the only way you could have known the name of the special move. You knew the name because you saw it. You saw it on the dressing room's whiteboard. The staff members who knew were keeping it a secret. So you couldn't have simply gone up to a staff member and asked. Which means that the only other option left is that you saw it on the whiteboard. So that means that Mr. Alba was in there at some point, right? But what's the big deal, sir? I don't see what that means. There's another piece of evidence that has a great deal to do with the dressing room. So we can't afford to let this slide. This still relates to both the dressing room and to Mr. Cochin's murder.
Take that!
The pushcart that was used to move the body was right there in the dressing room. During the show, the pushcart waited its turn to be pushed on stage in the dressing room. And it was finally pushed there along with the Iron Infant in the last scene of the show. And then right after the show ended, it went into Alibus along with the Steel Samurai. Which means that the only time the killer could have placed the body inside the pushcart was when the pushcart was in the dressing room backstage. So basically the killer had to be someone who visited the dressing room during the show. Precisely. Oh, but wait, what if, and this is a what if the murder took place right in the dressing room? What do you mean, Kay? I have to admit, she brings up a valid possibility. During the show, the dressing room was supposed to be devoid of people. Slipping undetected into a private dressing room that would be as simple as pie. The killer must have come up with the idea to move the body with the pushcart then too. Correct. Thus making the theater's dressing room the ideal location for the murder of Manny Cochin. Curious Alba, during the show you went down to the dressing room. And I want to know why. Yes. Yes, I was there. I went into the dressing room. I knew it! I'm placing you under arrest right now, pal! You got that? Arrest!
Objection!
Not so fast. What is it now? Don't I deserve a chance to explain myself? Explain? What is there to explain? I believe I told you earlier that I went to the bathroom. Well, I got lost when I did. I learned to ask for directions, but when I opened the dressing room door, no one was inside. And that's when I saw the name of the room on the whiteboard. You punk! Still trying to get out of this! Do you really think you can get away at this point? Mr. Adroff, is there anything you can do to stop him? I don't have enough evidence on hand to do anything. I don't have the airtight evidence I need to put this man away for good. But this what I need, then perhaps... Agent Lang, I believe an investigation of the dressing room in question is in order. It's possible that we may find new evidence there. Yeah, if Mr. Edger pokes around in there, I'm sure he'll find some new facts, pal. Ooh, if we use Little Thief, we may even learn something from a recreation.
Not so fast!
We don't need to do any of that. What? Wolfie, how could you? I'm not saying this to be mean. It's just that we've already searched there. And there really are something else. And they found nothing? There's only one thing I can say to you, sis. And it's that they found nothing. That's it. I guess you're right. If they had found something, they would have reported it to us. They couldn't find anything because there was nothing there to find. And if there's no info to feed into Little Thief, then I can't do much to help either. Is this the end? The murder took place in the theater, which is not protected under extraterritorial rights. And the fact that it was Mr. Alba himself who committed the murder. If I can't prove both statements to be true, Mr. Alba walks away a free man. Is there no other course of action left to us? It would appear that your hand of cards has turned out to be a bust. And if you will excuse me, because of you people, I missed my flight. Now I must take haste to arrange for a new one. Hold it! Who is it this time? Hold it right there, you whippersnappers! First there we know you! What is wrong with that scary mop-like scowl on your face, Edsy Pooh? Don't treat me like I'm some sort of nuisance. I didn't mean to say this, but all of you keep talking about things I don't get at all. You're all leaving this lady in the set. The person only does I'm about to cry in. Why did you have to speak up right at this instant? But you know what, Edsy Pooh, chill up. Because I'm about to give you the most wonderful thing. The most wonderful thing? From you. It's so super special I couldn't give it away to just anyone you know. My special personal love to my sweet Edsy Pooh. Are you ready? Is this? It's a box of those samurai dogs, right? Yes, oh Edsy Pooh, here, go on and eat one and you'll feel as white as rain. I'll read through here. Why did everyone get so quiet all of a sudden? Edsy Pooh! Tell me you understand the depths of this lady's love for you. I'm not one to hand out snacks willy-nilly, no, sir. The thought occurred to me that maybe it would be good if I fed you... not me, I guess. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do anything about her? There is no power on earth that can force that woman into silence. I'm so sick and tired of all you people do is look down on me. Even this box salary dogs paid me for a fool. It had a special design on its fan, like the Japanese flag, so I thought it was special. But when I ate one, it tasted just like all the rest. It made me so mad. This special box of a human tooth, like Hinomaru. If I mispronounce it, I'm sorry. I suck. Like fan on it. I never heard of such a piece of merchandise existing before. However, there is the red sun on this fan is filled in. Is it possible? Could it be? samurai dogs were piled up on the dressing room floor. So there's no such thing as Hinamaru dogs. This contradiction of facts between something that should not exist and yet does. Raising this red sun may be what we need to point us in the right direction. A present? To see your big wigs basically told us to pay delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to follow them all into the postcard just to move them. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Kochin at this theater and then placed his body inside the pushcart. And then, you forced the Sith Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you. It's time to piece the final pieces of this logic puzzle together. No matter how fragile small the connections may be, if we find them all, the way to the truth will be revealed. The killer used the postcard to transport the body, which means that they had to remove the samurai dogs from within first. Therefore, the samurai dogs that were piled up on the dressing room floor were most likely taken out of the postcard by the killer. Which should not exist. This box of samurai dogs with a Hinamaru on it. If this red sun was filled in when the killer was busy removing samurai dogs from the pushcart, it is proof that the murder took place in the dressing room. As long as this red substance turned out to be what I believe it to be. Wendy Oldbag. I thank you. What you have given to me is truly something very special. Eddie-Boo! Mr. Edgeworth, are you sure you're feeling okay, sir? Mr. Alba, as I suspected, you killed Mr. Kochin in the dressing room. How many times must I listen to you repeat yourself? Haven't you figured it out yet? Your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. The only way I'm going to get you to cooperate is if some definitive evidence. That arrogance, that self-confidence. You believe that you'll waste every piece of evidence that could incriminate you. However, there still remains one piece here, and it is what will put you away for good. You're bluffing. Oh, hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Sounds like you finally found them. You finally found the fangs we need to go after this guy's jugular. So tell us, what about that box of samurai dogs is going to put that old man away? The trace evidence that will bring him down. Why, it's here, of course. This box of samurai dogs with a Hinamaru fan on it. This should never have existed. So I want you all to take a good look at this red spot. It's a single drop of blood. Huh? What? Blood, you say? Agent Lang, I like this blood analysis post-haste. I've got to admit, I'm a bit surprised. I can't believe we found blood in a place like this. Hey you, get this down to the lab, pronto. Why was there blood on that box to begin with? If we think about the flow of the crime, I think the reason will become obvious. Larry, you said that you transport the samurai dogs with the pushcart, correct? Oh, yeah, you have a great memory, Edgy. That pushcart was a bit too big for my son, you know what I mean? So to make sure everyone could see him, I had to pile some stuff in. I figured the samurai dogs were there, so I used them to fill up the cart. Well, Larry says it's true, then what were the boxes doing on the floor? I see the killer took them out in order to place the body in the pushcart. Exactly. And that is when I believe the victim's blood found its way onto that box. But when my men investigated that room, not a single box of samurai dogs was in there. Because embassy staff members had already confiscated them. Yes, no doubt to hide the evidence of the murder. It's a good thing Miss Oldbag managed to steal that one box before they got to them, huh? Looks like Miss Oldbag also managed to pull this great thief to shame.
What a scandalous way of putting that. I didn't steal. I received it for myself.
Here's this alibi. I say this was the one very fatal oversight on your part.
Objection!
Sorry to rain on your little love fest, however. How can he be so self-confident in a no-win situation for him like this? Even if that blood turns out to belong to Mr. Coulson, then what? So, Mr. Edgeworth, sounds like he's not ready to call it quits yet, huh? The sole piece of evidence that was left at the scene of the crime. That alone has shed light on a new fact. At the very least, we now have proof that the murder occurred in the dressing room. And you say that like it means something. Huh? Excuse me, sirs! Report! What were the results of the analysis? Sir, the analysis came back and confirmed that the wet substance is blood. I knew it, with this cute and alibi.
Objection!
Mr. Ezra, I wonder if you might hear my question. Your question? The one from before, or have you forgotten? Even if that is Mr. Coulson's blood, what difference could it make?
Not so fast!
Like we already told you, it proves that the crime scene was the dressing room.
Objection!
But it doesn't prove that I am your killer, does it? That's... he has a very good point. The blood on that box doesn't prove that Mr. Alba is the killer. Then, this evidence, it's meaningless. That can't be. We were so close, sir. I want to smack that smug look off his face. Come on, there's gotta be something we can do. Finally found a solid piece of evidence. There must be something I can expose with it. I can't think of a single thing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my... Hold it! Who was that? It's too late! I won't allow anyone to stop me now! It wasn't me, pal! And it wasn't me this time either!
It wasn't me either.
It was me! Why did you... because I haven't finished reporting anything to you yet, sir. There's more? What? Hurry up and spit it out! Yes, sir. That blood I mentioned. It's not of the same blood type as the victim's blood. What? No! What? What do you mean it's not the same type? You mean it's not the victim's blood? If it isn't his, then who the hell's is it? I don't know, sir. All I know is that it's not the same blood type as the victim saw. What should we do now, Mr. Edgeworth? I have no idea what's what anymore. Neither do I. What an amusing turn of events. That blood drop provides something to be true or not, namely my words. And which one of your words would that be? The Lorenzo said that your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. That blood has nothing to do with the murder investigation whatsoever. Need I remind you that the blood got onto the box long before it entered my embassy? What sort of nonsense? Yeah, it's blood, pal! There's no way it's not related to the murder! So you'd like to believe. Well, what if someone preparing samurai dogs had a smart nosebleed, not they? I guess that's a possible? Damn it! Have we been wasting our time on a red herring? The blood doesn't belong to anyone connected to the case. That's to be a clue enough. Justice Alba, you bastard! Silence. Don't you ever address me with such a filthy word again. I've wasted enough time here with you, and you have your answers. Now let me...
Not so fast!
Alba, it doesn't matter where you run off to. You'll never escape me. Someday I'll have the satisfaction of sinking my fangs into you. You'll see. And all of Interpol will be behind me, working to see that your day comes. Do you know what your rewards sound like to me? They sound like the whinings of a pathetic loser of a mutt. Ow! Is this really the extent of all that we can do? Is the blood really from someone completely unrelated to the case? Or is there another possibility? Someone else other than the victim? So I thought I had him backed into a corner, it is I who has been backed into one. In a situation like this, what would that man do? What would he, who could turn any desperate situation around, do? Turn it around? That's it! I must turn my way of thinking around! It's not, whose blood is this? It's, whose blood could get onto the box like this? And if I think about it that way...